Given that creativity is as much a process as it is an outcome, it's important to consider creative strategies that will assist this process. We often refer to these strategies or techniques as design methods. Some of the more common methods are observation, sketching, prototyping, and measurement. Human-centeredness starts by understanding what people are doing, what they need or what they enjoy. To achieve this understanding, examine relevant activities and behaviours that people do and ask questions of potential users before you start designing or making your project. It might turn out that people have no interest at all in your project, and you might just save a whole bunch of time by not making something that no one would ever use and people don't enjoy. More formally, observation of people's activities is called ethnographic research. It's a kind of anthropology, a practice where a researcher goes into a community and looks to see what's happening in that community, then tries to make sense of what they observe. Designers also need to understand what users value and in what context their project will be employed. This is because social, cultural, and environmental conditions can influence the design and how users experience it. It can be useful to look at what users currently do, what things they enjoy or what tools they use, because it can provide inspiration about how your project might be received by them. Consider also observing people's behaviours in relation to unexpected contexts in order to get insights that lead to you to design something unique, original, or truly creative. One of the tenets of being creative is to draw things together that may not have been combined previously. So think outside the box and look for inspiration in unexpected places. Once we have an idea of what we want to create, it's important to express these ideas and make them concrete. Typically, this is done by sketching, that is, jotting down an idea. You can explore ideas by sketching in all sorts of media. When we discuss sketching, we typically think of drawing on paper, and sketching absolutely includes drawing. But sketching can also happen in other materials as well. Sketching might involve you doing a little bit of computer programming to see whether or not there's an algorithm that will work. It might involve building something with a microcontroller and seeing whether automated processes achieve the results you are after. An expert in sketching, Bill Buxton, emphasises that sketching as a process is media agnostic. He writes, "The key here is to understand that sketching, as I mean it, has more to do with exercising the imagination and understanding mental and experiential understanding than about the materials that are used." When we're working with interactive media, sketching often involves making things. Sketching by building examples allows us to tinker and for ideas to emerge and develop through making. What we want is for ideas to come to light in a very lightweight way. Through sketching, we can explore ideas either by drawing with pen and paper or by tinkering with bits of electronics and physical hardware. In any case, sketching involves a minimal commitment to ideas and concepts. It allows us to examine them, test them out, modify and refine them. The emphasis here is on lightweight, easy to produce outcomes that assist us to fail early and fail often. By exploring many options and selecting the best solutions, we can use sketching to help us get there. Having selected design candidates for all of our sketches, we can construct a working model called a prototype. A prototype should contain the essence of our solution, but is not fully implemented because we don't want to spend all that time right now. It might be a drawing of a mobile phone interface or a paper model of a robotic exoskeleton. We want to make lightweight prototypes which are quick and easy to do, so that if they're unsuccessful, we haven't wasted a lot of time. Prototypes allow us to continue to quickly assess creative options, to turn our direction somewhere else if these things don't turn out, or to refine them if they seem worth pursuing. Early prototypes are often low fidelity models, typically made with paper, code, microelectronics, video or other media. If these show promise, then we can invest time and resources into higher fidelity prototypes in which we can further refine the details of our design. Observational methods can be used to learn about people's habits and preferences. They can also be applied to evaluating design prototypes. These are the basis for user studies that provide feedback about the strengths and weaknesses of your creative products. This feedback can be used to refine and improve your project. While such qualitative approaches are very useful, designers are increasingly expected to quantify, that is, to measure the benefits of their projects. When assessing the benefit of an experience design, it can be useful to measure the time of the task takes, or to measure the user's heart rate as an indicator of effort or excitement, or to count the frequency of interactions with various features to see which of these are most popular, or to count the number of errors that are made navigating an interface as an indication of ease of use, or to identify areas for improvement. An important first consideration when measuring user experience is to decide on the type of data that needs to be useful and how it might be measured. For example, when creating a web interface, it's common to count the number of visits to various pages or the number of clicks on a particular button or icon. In a software system like a website, user interaction data are reasonably easy to capture. For interaction with a physical object, an observer may need to count the number and types of interactions. Maps of these user interactions can then be made to reveal how and where the user is interacting with the prototype, and this may indicate user interest or operational difficulties that can be fed back into the revised designs.